Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got this John Deere X540 mower. We're going to be doing a full hydro service on it. It doesn't really take much to get this accomplished. All you really need is a 3/8 ratchet with a 14mm socket or wrench, and then a funnel to get fluid back in the hydro reservoir on top. Pretty easy process, and it really should only take you about half an hour to get it done. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons as we go along if you enjoy the content. If you look at your reminder for service on the hood, it tells you right here that you want to change the transaxle oil and filter on this every 50 hours initially, and then every 200 hours afterwards. It's really pretty inexpensive to do this, so you want to make sure that you follow that schedule. To take care of this maintenance, all we're going to need is about 6 quarts of the low-viscosity Hy-Gard John Deere brand oil, and then 1 hydro oil filter. Some of the X series units do not take this filter. Some of them don't have a spot for it at all. And if that's the case, it's the same process with changing the oil, but you don't have the filter. The first thing we want to do is remove the deck. Ours actually came with the deck off of it when I purchased it. If you need to see how to do that, see another video or look at the manual. It tells you how to do that, and it's quick and easy. We need to do that because we've got to get to the plug here for the oil filter. And this gives you free access to the area under the trans. If we look at the bottom of the transmission here, there's actually 2 separate drain plugs for it. The rear drain plug is going to be for the differential side, and the front drain plug is for the hydrostatic side. But you've got to remove both of those in order to drain the whole unit. So we'll put our drain pan down below. We use our 14mm, and we're just going to let it all drain out. That oil looks pretty darn clear actually, which is good. Even though it looks clear, you still want to change it. Get that front one. We want to remove the cap and the filter that is below the cap here. We want to be careful if there's any kind of dirt or debris around it. We want to clean it up. We don't want any of that getting in the reservoir. Clean it up real well first. And then pull everything out. There's quite a bit of it in those grooves. And there's that filter. It's pretty clean too. Try to clean those out just a hair more. This one's pretty clean compared to a lot of them I see though. You can blow that off or do it however you'd like, but make sure it's clean. Still just barely dripping. I kind of missed the drain pan halfway. Should have got a little larger one. We're just going to use the 3/8 ratchet here, and we're going to insert it into the hole. We're going to remove the plug. You do want to make sure that this drain pan is under there because we're going to have some more oil come out. There's going to be an O-ring around the cap. It's going to come with a new one in your filter. And this filter just pulls straight out. It's got a spring attached to it. And it's all one assembly. There's rubber right on the end. Spring one end, rubber on the other. Open our new one up. It comes in a Tuff Torq bag. I'll also put that number. If you guys have a Tuff Torq dealer somewhere nearby, it may be cheaper to use that number. I'm not sure. I didn't check on this one. As we open it, it should always be sealed. We have the cartridge that's going to go in there. O-ring on the one side. We'll do that as soon as this finishes draining completely. Wipe up our cap real good. Gonna put our new O-ring on it. We can use a little bit of oil around it. Using old oil is not going to be a problem. You do want to lube that up a little bit. Pretty well done draining. Kind of wipe that out, get any residual off. Then we're going to put the filter straight in. It should kind of fit where the spring is almost flush with the front. And then I'm going to snug this up. You don't want to over tighten this. It is just a plastic plug. You want to get it tight, but don't over tighten it. You can break it or strip the threads. Wipe that all off. Now that everything's done draining, we can move the drain pan out of the way. Just gonna wipe up here where we had the plugs removed from. Get all that off. And then if you notice on each one of these bolts, there is a washer with rubber on it. You want to make sure that that goes back on, that you didn't lose it somewhere. And both of these are the same size. So it doesn't matter which one goes back where, really. Our second one. Same thing with these. You want them tight, but don't over tighten them. I don't even think they have a torque spec on these. It's listed. Last cleanup. All that oil cleaned up too. Here we've got all the part numbers for the couple quarts and the gallon, and then also the oil filter. I did not buy that actually from the John Deere dealer because it came with the tractor when I purchased it. But all in, we'd be right about $87 with tax and everything. You're gonna spend about $100 on parts to do this in most areas. Of course, Canada and other countries, you're gonna be a little bit more expensive most times. To refill the oil, it is kind of difficult because if you use a traditional funnel, there's not a whole lot of room to work with. You can use a different if you've got something that's angled to get in there, but there's no good ones. I was never able to find a real good one. So what I did is I actually made one myself just out of a garden hose and a traditional funnel. They do sell flexible hose funnels that work well for this too. But why buy one when you can make one? So I shove that down in there, and then up at the top, I actually tie it to the seat spring. I flip the seat forward. I just go through the hole, and then I go around the seat springs on either side, or tie it to each one, however you want to do it. But basically, we need to get it so it kind of stays upright for us to add some oil. It usually goes in pretty easily. Just makes it a lot easier than trying to do it with the traditional funnel. And now I can add my oil right to it. And you can do this. They sell these little cheapo funnels and different stuff like this. I mean, this one's just kind of one of the cheapest of the cheap I bought just to kind of show you, but I don't like those. They just don't seem to work real well. Here, I'm not going to have any trouble whatsoever putting this in. I just like to pour kind of slow because it does seem like it takes kind of slow down below. This stuff looks super clear. Whereas the other, you realize, was kind of orange. More of a motor oil color. And who knows what they put in it the last service. They could have put something different in it. This is going to take right about a little over 5 quarts. So they say 5.6. Getting in down below there. We want to watch as we're filling, and we want to stop right above the full mark. If you're having an issue seeing it in your fill tube, you can add some light, and you can usually see that line. I can see mine pretty easily. You shine that light through the top or the bottom, makes it a little bit easier to see. But right above the full mark is perfect. That'll allow it to drop some when we operate it, and then we'll top off after we run it forward and back a few times. We'll put our filter and our cap back on. And then basically what it wants you to do is just go forward and back. And I like to move the steering from side to side as I'm doing that, just to purge any air bubbles from the whole system. It says to do this forwards and backwards, operating several times in the manual. I like to do it for right about 2 or 3 minutes, just back and forth with kind of a figure 8 or back and forth with the steering wheel too. After operating for a couple minutes, I am right at the full mark, which is perfect. You can wait for it to cool down and check it again. And I always like to check it after the first mow one more time just to make sure we're at the proper level. After you're done mowing, you will want to let it cool down before you check it again though. This took just over 1.25 gallons. This hydro service was extremely easy. The purge procedure isn't nearly as difficult as other models. You just basically drive it forwards and backwards and steer back and forth. What you do any other time when you're driving it. Double check the fluids and you're good to go. So instead of spending $300 or $400 at a John Deere dealer, spend that $100 in an hour worth of your time getting it taken care of. It only took me right about a half an hour from start to finish, even with recording. For you, I'm sure, even without knowing what you're doing and having to remove the deck, you're talking an hour. Spend an hour worth of your time. Save that money. Hopefully this has helped you out if you needed to do your service, whether it's on the 540 or any other X series John Deere. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed the content. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.